everybody eats tonight for the Cavaliers.
Absolutely.
And different looks that they can go with. And it's proven versatility.
I just don't have a lot for you with how the Bucks played. I'll give you just my initial thoughts is they didn't come out ready to play. Defensively, the effort was bad. Offensively, they couldn't make shots. I thought there was a small chance in this basketball game when it started. And the Bucks, I think they got out started off, they're down 20-2. And then they got it down to, I believe it was a 10-point game at the end of the first. It was 32-22 at the end of the first. And there was a small chance, okay, if you build on that momentum after getting down 20-2 and getting yourself back into the basketball game, you can play, you're going to have an opportunity here and a chance. But to do that, you got to have Chris Middleton play like he's an actual NBA player. And you had to have Damian, and like I said, Damian Lillard started to play better, but it just wasn't there on either end tonight. And the Bucks lost it 135-95. Yeah, not a lot of words. JT, what'd you see?
Same thing you saw, unfortunately, right? Trying to take the good with the bad here, trying to give you something to hang on to. But this was a night where this team, just from the jump, just looked lethargic. They looked like they didn't want to be here. I have not seen uninspired basketball like this. I'm trying to think of the last time I saw uninspired basketball like this from the Bucks. I mean, good grief. We lost tonight by 40 points. Grown men losing by 40 points. Now we all know how Boston felt the other week. But look, here's your reality. Dame Lillard goes 1 for 10 in the first quarter. You know you're in rough shape. Chris Middleton tonight, I mean, it was tour date city. Goes 1 for 10. Chris Middleton goes 1 for 10. He finished the night at 1 for 10, right? Everybody just stunk, except for a couple people. Surprisingly, Pat Connaughton, right? Pat Connaughton's 3 for 4 tonight. Right? 2 for 3 from the three-point line. Now, that's nothing to write home about, but that's a heck of a lot better than what we've seen from Pat Connaughton. I'll make something at least, trying to make things positive. How about the return of Jay Crowder, right? Jay Crowder, it was 5 for 13 is not something that we ever want to brag about from a field goal perspective, but he was 4 for 10 from the three-point line. And we were a little bit worried of how would Jay Crowder look after not playing for 2 months. And, yeah, there's some rust there, but, it's a nice touch from 3, and good to see him get 19 minutes. Brook Lopez, was out there. His numbers weren't terrible, but it was far too often. He was out there looking like just a guy. Malik Beasley didn't really clock in today. I don't know what happened. I'm not really sure. Malik just didn't feel like, didn't feel like playing. Didn't feel like shooting today. It was really disappointing just to watch this team not compete tonight. To watch this team get out rebounded by, I believe it was over 20 rebounds, right? I think the final tally was 55-36 when it came to boards. It's a bad look. Points in the paint, also a disparity. 42 for the Bucks, 74 for the Cavaliers. We just didn't compete tonight, and I don't really know how much more to say it. We talk about Adrian Griffin being our doctor, giving us prescriptions, and what I say, hey, you better hire that chaplain. You better hire that chaplain. What you need to get these boys' souls right, get these boys in their word, because man, I get out the club, go to church. It's just I don't know. I don't really have much more to say than that. It's just awful effort tonight, and I'm embarrassed as a Bucks fan, but I'm not worried.
Yeah, you can tell. We didn't bring the effort. The Bucks didn't bring the effort. I didn't bring the effort. Had the title Dayton Flyers postgame. Look, this Bucks team was horrible tonight. I think transition defense was just non-existent. That's what allowed them to jump out to such a big lead. And then I also think that just all the tour dates around, like you guys talked about, just Chris played awful. Malik Beasley had a ton of open shots, just bricked them. And it just really hurts that they did this on national television on a Wednesday, because right as soon as halftime happens, you got Stephen A. in there talking about, well, Adrian Griffin's going to get himself fired and this and that. And it's so annoying for that to happen on a night like this. You could tell that they knew their best player wasn't playing, and they didn't want to play either after Giannis was ruled out.
Yeah, and again, Giannis obviously didn't play tonight. The game, you think it goes a different way if he does.
Ride it or walk it, trying to keep the cup. Shake came up like Giannis, I get bigger bucks.